We are so close to Christmas now, and to get in that Christmas spirit, of course, the Create This book is out. I'm thinking, why don't we use this Christmas advent calendar that we unboxed recently? It's by Grabby and the video is below if you haven't seen it. We painted this. There's a lot of random goodies. Things have been busy in the Create This book, but today we've got a super interesting prompt. Create pointillism. Draw a picture using only dots. No lines or strokes allowed. Okay, we're making a bit of a mess, so I think we're gonna need a transfer sheet. Just in case. And some pens. You know what, we should probably grab a pencil too, just for that initial sketch. Because I've got an idea in mind, and it's something like this. But the colour palette is pretty glittery, so I don't know if this is gonna work. You know what, I think we're gonna need a bigger set. Because there's like no greens. We're drawing a cute little living room scene. It's cozy, there's a Christmas tree and a window and a sofa. We need the greens, we need to draw a Christmas tree. Otherwise, it's gonna be pink and purple because that's pretty much all that we've got of the glitter ones. Get that super quick sketch down. All of it's gonna get covered. Because for the prompt Create Pointillism, we are doing just that. Of course we are. It says to use dots, and acrylic markers are perfect for this because they are literally bullet tip. A nice big chunky size. So hopefully this isn't gonna take too long to get the color down. But you know what? This is kind of surprising me. I'm not gonna lie. It's taking a long while to fill in this area. Got various shades of green and yellow and blue. Just trying to build up a little bit of definition in this tree, hinting at some baubles on the edges as well. You can see the little bits of pink, and we got a little bit of a star. But oh, we've also got this acrylic marker that is literally a dot pen. I've only got it in brown and black, but that might just work perfectly. Unfortunately though, we do need all of this lovely color. The bullet tip takes a little bit longer, but this is Christmas. We need glitter, we need metallic. That is how you make it Christmassy, right? There's a window, there's a roof, there's a sofa, there's a Christmas tree, and we also need a background. Maybe a little rug for the tree to go on as well. As long as most of the color and most of the detail is on each of the objects, I think we can pull this together. Plus, we do have a lot of these lovely shades. Like, this set has so many metallic colors. Purples and blues and grays and even brown metallic. So let's clip it down and go a little bit crazy. We have a lot of dots to add. I think the first time I actually saw this prompt was by my friend Courageous Painting. I believe she did it for the Create This Book worldwide collab. If you're not following that, there's currently a Create This Book that is traveling across the world very slowly, but it's getting there, and I created something for it too. The playlist is below if you haven't seen. But these dots, oh, my hand is hurting. The window is done, but we've still got a lot to do. I think the best method does seem to be just adding a lot of color though. So we need some more green. The window doesn't really have gaps in between, and you can already see that that scene is looking so much better than everything else. We need to have less white in between the gaps. But I remember Christine created something incredible for that, and I was watching at the time like, how? The patience. I do not have the patience. And this confirmed that I don't, but we're doing it anyway. This second layer is really pulling the piece together though. It needed more colour, it needed less white space, especially in the foreground, because now we can actually see what it is we're making. Like, it does, it looks like a little cozy Christmas living room, and it's so cute. And I do want to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters, the sketchbook buddies, because just like that, we're done. But yeah, it went through the page a little bit. That's gonna be a problem. Moving on to the very next page. The prompt is create a grocery list. Make a grocery list as if it were written by your favorite cartoon character. How are we gonna fix this? Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work. I found this parcel paper in the junk collection drawer. It's literally just from packaging. And I wonder if we can use this to cover it up just a little bit, maybe. Well, okay, why don't we just rip off a section and see if we can make this work? About this size? Yeah, that looks about right to me. We need to make sure it fits perfectly though, because for this grocery list, we're drawing Santa. Of course, not exactly a favorite cartoon character, but you know what? With that second half of the prompt, it just fits perfectly because Santa has a list too. Popping on my friend Sin City Yeti to keep me company as we go into this crazy sketch. Yes, that is a pink biro and we are just going for it. At this point, I wasn't even intending to use brown paper. The plan was to just go straight ahead into the book, but we have to adapt. So let's try and draw a little Santa that hopefully will fit perfectly on this page. We're gonna use the art supplies that came in that box. We're not gonna be picky about it. The original plans were kind of destroyed because it went through the page so much. So this is the sketch we've got. And you know, sometimes when plans get ruined and you have to completely detour and just make it up on the spot, that's when you can actually create pieces you really like. Tap into that creativity because you haven't planned ahead. You don't know what the piece is gonna look like. We have a Santa, we have a sack, we are drawing the sack, coloring everything in red, and really just going with the flow. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna look any good. I don't even know if it's gonna fit on the page. But whenever things don't go to plan, it's super important to just continue anyway. Be open to trying new ideas, new techniques, reaching for a bunch of junk packaging supplies and just drawing on it anyway, and seeing what you can make. This is literally a combination of biro with alcohol marker, with water-based marker, with gel pen, with acrylic marker. I think we're actually going to use the white though. Try and keep this piece a little bit lighter because we're not going straight on white paper. We need to adapt to that. The brown is kind of like a mid-tone, so we need to make sure that the shadows are extra dark and the highlights are extra light, if that makes any sense. At this point though, you would not believe how many different art supplies we've used. This is literally a gel pen. There's metallics, there's all sorts of stuff going on right now. But if I hadn't reached in that drawer and grabbed the junk supplies, I probably would have continued to just sit at my desk, not knowing what to do, overthinking the prompt, getting hung up on the fact that it didn't work, it went through the page, might not have known how we were gonna cover it. That split-second decision of just going with the first idea is what's created this piece so far. If I sat there for just an extra 5 minutes, we probably wouldn't have even done this. Like, look at all these random art supplies. We have Santa, we have the sack, and of course, Santa's grocery list is technically his shopping list. It's like all of the toys that Santa needs to bring in his sack. We're using metallics, so it's a very subtle look. It's okay, we don't need a ton of details right now, but this crazy idea that we concocted on the spot is actually perfect, because it's at this point that I'm now realizing for the prompt, create a grocery list, we are using what looks like a brown paper bag. Does this not look like a shopping bag? Does this not look like it was actually intended to be for this prompt? Well, anyway, let's rip it in half. It's time to choose the winner of the third giveaway, and this time there are 57 entries. Thank you so much to everyone that joined and good luck. Okay, let's give it a spin. The winner is Artistic Cats. Yay, congratulations. Hello, welcome back to the final week of the Christmas giveaways. This week from the shop, one of you will win this adorable monsters print along with the matching hollow sticker, and you'll also get this dotty witch sticker and this stunning collage sticker of sardines. To be in with a chance of winning those 4 items, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, give this video a like, and comment below your favorite thing about this time of year. Make sure you set that bell icon to all, because the winner is going to be announced next week on Christmas Day as a community post and in the video, and you don't want to miss it. The giveaway is international. Good luck! And rip around the edge. Yes, this is also terrifying for me right now too. It's a risky move, but at this point, what have we got to lose? If it rips, we'll stick it back together. Let's pop it down on the page. We do have a little bit of the background on show, so maybe we should reach for a metallic marker and add some stripes. Make it look like it kind of disguises a little bit of the bleed through. We can't do too much, we can't do any heavy layers, because then it's going to go back on the page we just created. So just something super subtle. And the finishing touches, because I think this Christmas Create This Book episode is done. First up for Create Pointillism, a cute little cozy scene that took so long my hand hurt, but you know what, it's worth it. And if you've liked this episode, why don't you give it a like, because we also moved on to create a grocery list, and it accidentally looks like it was drawn on a grocery bag, which ended up so perfect for this prompt. Very different pieces, a little bit shiny, and that's another Christmas episode wrapped. Thank you, have a wonderful festive season. I'll see you in a few days. Bye bye.